All right, let's get right into it. You know those first 15, maybe 30 seconds of your video? That can literally be the difference between getting 100 views or 100,000. So today, we are breaking down the 5-step formula that the world's absolute top creators use to craft an intro so good, viewers just can't look away.
I mean, it's the question that keeps every single creator up at night, right? You pour hours, maybe days into a video, you hit publish, people start to click, and then poof, they're gone, just moments later. It is such a universal frustration. But here's the thing. The reason it happens is surprisingly consistent, and even better, it's totally fixable.
I'm sure this chart looks painfully familiar. If you look at pretty much any video's retention graph, you see this exact pattern, this massive, heartbreaking drop-off right at the start. The vast majority of your potential audience just gone in that tiny window. But what if you could just flatten that curve a little bit? Just imagine, your entire video's performance would absolutely skyrocket. So how do we do it?
Well, the answer comes from one of the biggest creators on the entire planet. Mr. Beast says it all boils down to one simple, powerful concept: expectations. See, your title and your thumbnail, they make a promise. And your intro? It has one job and one job only: to immediately deliver on that promise. This one idea right here is the foundation for everything we're about to talk about.
And that brings us to the first and honestly the most crucial part of this whole formula. Because if you mess this part up, nothing else matters. The viewer is already gone. You have to meet their expectations, and you have to do it like right now, instantly.
So here's the deal. The absolute moment your video starts, the person watching needs to feel this sense of relief, of confirmation. They need to know without a single doubt, okay, yep, I clicked on the right video. What I was promised is exactly what I'm about to get.
Let's look at a complete masterclass in this. The title is, I Spent 7 Days Buried Alive. The thumbnail? It shows Mr. Beast in a coffin, underground. So what's the very first thing he says in the video? I'm about to spend the next 7 days buried alive. I mean, come on. There is zero confusion. The promise is delivered word for word in the first 5 seconds. That is how you hook a viewer.
And you know, this isn't some secret Mr. Beast trick. It's everywhere once you start looking for it. Check out Mark Rober's World's Largest Jello Pool. The very first shot is him in a Jello pool. Or Mike Shake's How Dangerous is a Slingshot. The first thing you hear is the title and you see him with a slingshot, just like the thumbnail. You see the pattern? It's so simple, but it's so incredibly powerful. Okay, so you've met their expectations. Awesome. They know they're in the right place. But now this little question pops into their head. So what? Why should I actually stick around and watch this? And that brings us right to step 2. This step is all about framing your video. You don't need to give away the whole story. Not at all. You just need to give them just enough context to make them understand the stakes or the challenge or why what they're about to see even matters. Okay, let's go back to Mark Rober and his Jello pool. Right after confirming the promise, he immediately adds context. He doesn't just say, hey, this is going to be fun. He says it's a difficult engineering challenge and that other people have tried and failed to do it. And just like that, it's not just a silly stunt anymore, is it? It's this awesome problem we now get to see him solve.
And context can be emotional too. In a video called I Adopted 100 Dogs, Mr. Beast adds this incredibly powerful layer by explaining that these aren't just any dogs. He says they were abandoned or rescued from kill shelters. Wow. That one sentence completely transforms the video from, just a spectacle into a mission with real powerful emotional stakes.
All right, now for the real magic ingredient. You've confirmed their click, you've given them a reason to care. Step 3 is all about making them need to know what happens next. It's about taking their curiosity and just weaponizing it. So the core idea here is something called the curiosity gap. It's that itch in your brain, that sweet spot between what you know and what you desperately want to find out. A great intro masterfully opens this gap and basically promises to close it by the end, which pretty much forces the viewer to stick around to get the answer. One of the easiest ways to do this? Just tease the information. If you say you're going to reveal 5 secrets, but then only show some blurred-out text, you instantly create this desire to see what's hidden. Another great technique is to show the most exciting part of the entire video, but then cut away right before the big moment, leaving everyone asking, wait, what happened?
A truly brilliant example of this comes from Ali Abdaal. In one intro, he promises to teach the GPS method for achieving any goal. Now, what in the world is the GPS method? By coining this unique, super intriguing term, he puts a question mark in your brain. You have no idea what it is, but now you kind of have to find out. That is a perfect curiosity gap.
So you've got a solid hook. But let's be real. For any topic you can think of, there are probably dozens, maybe hundreds of other videos out there. Why should somebody choose yours? This is where your differentiator comes in. It's your unique selling proposition.
Okay, check this out. This is the power of a strong differentiator. The standard approach is, here are some good purchases for your 20s. Fine, but look at what Iman Gadzhi does. He says, I've made tens of millions by age 22. Here are the purchases that got me there. Who would you rather listen to? I mean, the answer is so obvious, right? You're immediately signaling that this isn't just theory. This is real, earned, battle-tested knowledge. But hey, you don't have to be a millionaire for this to work. Not at all. Your differentiator could be your expertise. Like Ali Abdaal saying he's read every single book on time management. It could be the sheer effort or investment you put in. Like a creator saying, I'm about to spend $20,000. Or you know what? It could simply be your unique personality and storytelling style. It's whatever makes your video the one worth watching. So we've covered the main structure, but there is one final layer, one little thing that separates the good intros from the truly unforgettable ones. It's an element that works on a totally subconscious level, and it shapes the entire experience. I'm talking about sound design. Honestly, this is the perfect way to think about it. Good sound design is totally invisible. You don't consciously notice the subtle music shifts or those little sound effects. But oh boy, if they weren't there, the whole intro would feel flat, boring, just lifeless. Sound design is the ingredient that adds all the flavor and all the emotion. For a perfect example of this, go watch the intro to Mr. Beast's video on $100,000 ice cream. The music isn't just some random background track, it's this huge, grand, orchestral score that just feels expensive. And every single time a price pops up on screen, you hear that cha-ching of a cash register. The audio is working in perfect harmony with the visuals to scream luxury. So there you have it, the 5-step formula for a truly unskippable intro. Number 1, meet expectations instantly. 2, provide just enough context to set the stakes. 3, spark unstoppable curiosity. 4, show them your unique differentiator. And 5, elevate the whole thing with amazing sound design. Now, before you go, 3 super important rules of the road. First, the order of steps 2, 3, and 4, totally flexible. You can mix and match them to see what flows best for your story. Second, and this is huge, never overpromise. If you build up massive hype in the intro, you absolutely have to over-deliver in the video. And finally, if you're ever stuck, just ask yourself one simple question. What would make you unable to click away?
And that's really the big takeaway here. This isn't just some rigid template. It's a way of thinking. So as you're planning your next video, I want you to think about this.
What is the one burning question, the one irresistible curiosity gap that your intro absolutely must create to make it truly, and I mean truly, unskippable?